official welcome. So, welcome to the Music House. This year, organized by the RE Committee and the Music Committee, and with help from lots and lots of other people, too words to mention, but I think they've all done yeoman work and given them a round of applause. There is a printed program. I believe everybody who is on the program is here, so that's great. I don't have to announce any cancellations. I have been asked to announce that David Tubner is videotaping today's presentation, and he's going to prepare a professional quality digital video disc, a DVD. So if you're interested in having a DVD of today's presentations, please see David. Thank you.
Question. Is confessional good for the soul? Careful how you answer that, please. Everybody who would say yes, please raise a hand. Is confession destructive to the soul?
Depends on who you're confessing to.
I'm confessing to you guys, and I'm not sure how well I'm going to get away with it. Okay. Mr. Cacciatore wrote an absolutely beautiful waltz. I could not get it under control last night. There were places that not only just I play the wrong note, but it fall apart. And that is not a nice thing. When you're 40, you can look ahead to years of practice and get things together. When you're not 40 anymore, it's different. So, I'm going to give you one of my own tunes, and it's called, I don't take this too seriously. The title of the song is, You Know How to Get Me Going. Now, should we actually play, or should we do focusing and doing dumb jokes and jokes so far? We're getting a look from the front row here. Go ahead. One, two, three, go. One, two, and go. Who's coming next? What do they need?
John's coming up.
Okay. You're gonna use the same drink here? Yeah. Oh, sure. You got your own here. Let's see, let's see.
Wednesday morning covenant group. As part of the covenant group experience, we needed to write an agreement of how we were going to be together in our group. And the morning that we finalized our covenant, we were joking around saying, we should put this to music. So we did. What we are about to sing is the words to our covenant, of which you have a copy in your program, and they've been put to music by Frank Fisk. Our intention is to create a safe place where we can be together in an authentic manner, sharing ourselves and our spiritual journeys in an open and honest way. In our gathering, we will practice our principles.
I've got to stop that again, I'm sorry. We will.
We will practice our principles and be caring and respectful toward each other. We agree to meet on the first and third Wednesdays of the month from 10 a.m. until noon.
If we are unable to attend a meeting, we will let someone in the group know.
We will begin and end our meetings on time.
During our meetings, we will strive to
Listen to each other with an open heart and in a non-judgmental manner. Use our statements rather than use statements when speaking. Share in a sequential manner with each member having an opportunity to speak and the option to pass and speak at a later time.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Not interrupt during time sharing and allow for time of response after all and a chance to speak. Avoid giving advice and find out more appropriate time to speak with someone if we so choose.
support sharing at a deep and personal level by practicing what we have termed.
Common sense confidentiality.
By this, we mean that we will not discuss things of a personal nature outside our group, but that
General knowledge may be shared.
if we are unsure if something is appropriate to share,
We will ask the person involved. Have an empty chair at each meeting to remind us to be open and welcoming to new members of our group. Provide opportunities to put our principles and values
piled one atop another, piled side by side. Walls of stone, 1 to 3 feet high, 2 to 3 feet wide. Just stone on stone on stone. No mortar, no cement, just stone. Not stone blocks, just field stones. Running beside the wood, into the road, along the sides of a stream, out through a field, stones, stones, and more stones. In New Hampshire, the best, the only reliable crop is rocks and stones. Every year, come spring, the first crop of stones appears. Some are small, some are middle-sized, some only show the very smallest tip through the ground. Cattle can graze in a field full of stones, but the stones will tear the bottom off the plow, shatter the teeth on a sickle bar, nick, dent, and blunt a side blade. Bend the discs on a harrow, tear the gears, tines, and rim out of a baler. This crop is best harvested before any other is sown. Small and medium-sized stones, less than 100 pounds, can be loaded onto a stone boat by hand, dragged to the nearest stone wall, and added to it. Larger stones need to be dug out, then pulled and rolled with block and tackle up out of the ground and onto the stone boat. These are hard to add to an existing stone wall. It's best to start another wall with these as the base stones. Hands and calluses thick and hard as boiled boot leather. Short, cracked, scarred nails. Fingers bent where the broken bones never set, swelling at the joints. Skin burnt brown by the sun, white with old scars. Pink and puckered around new formed scabs. Nearly new jeans with thigh and knees already worn white. Pick up the stone, check it for nearly flat faces, brace it with a knee, thigh, or hip, move it here, there, flip it over. Line it up with a plumb line. Doesn't fit the joint of the stones below, drop it back into the pile of unused stones. Pick up another. Lift with the legs, brace against the belly, arms pumped up twice normal size. Heft the stone up on the wall. Check the faces. Toss it into place. Chink it. Fill the gaps with smaller stones to steady it. Look for the next stone. Lift, toss, chink, and the next stone. Build 2 walls about 2 feet apart with a flat side facing out on both. Each wall straight. Flat on one side. Fill the gaps with small stones and broken bits of cut stone. A double-faced dry stone wall. Run around the perimeter of a field, beside a brook, by the side of the road, around the barnyard, a stone wall fence. Good fences make clear fields. Round about the end of July or the 1st of August, when the oats are waist high to a grown man and the red clover smells so green you can taste the bitter sweet tang at the base of your tongue, comes the time to take the side down off the barn wall, check the snath for dry rot, cracks, and age, stone the blade till it's sharp enough to shave, then tick off the seconds. Strong, even power of the cutting stroke, smooth rest of the backstroke, pushing down the cut nail. Short step to set up the next cut, stopping every 10 minutes to dress the blade with a whetstone. 15 acres in a day. Let the sun cook the top layer for a day, then waltz with a pitchfork and pour 4 times. Push the fork under the hay, lift the fork, turn the hay over to let the bottom drop. Step, push, lift, turn, step, humming a tune to keep the rhythm. Let it cook for another day and turn it again. The best hay is still green when it's dry. Got to wait till it's dry before putting it up. You can burn down the barn and put away wet. Building the load, catching the fork of hay as it's tossed up from below, raking it onto the load so the long strands weave into what is already there, catching hay pitched from one side of the truck to then the other, 3-4 times. Catch, weave, turn, catch, weave, turn. Packing a load that's 9 feet wide, 12 feet long, and 10 feet high on a pickup body that's 5 feet by 8 feet takes skill, patience, hope, and a certain faith that it will all hold together for the 10 miles back to the barnyard. The first solo load is second only to the first time driving the truck while the hay is being loaded. Loading hay in the mouth requires much the same skills that are needed to load the truck. But rather than making the load wider and longer than what's possible, the object is to create layers tied together, so days' worth of hay can be pitched to the cattle without the whole mouthful cascading down and burying the pitcher. With luck, good sun, God willing and the creek don't rise, there'll be a second crop before the apples first blush. And the last one. My great-grandmother, Annie Goodwin Butterfield, had 4 sons and 4 daughters. All 3 daughters that lived became teachers of one kind or another. Grammy Butterfield was determined that all of her daughters would have options not often available to girls in the 19th century. My grandmother taught English in the local high school until she had to retire. Then she taught at Perkinoma School for the Blind for several years after that. My great-aunt Amy taught math in upstate New York and then retired to her hometown and lived about a quarter mile up the hill from our house. My great-aunt Barbara taught in a town 50 miles away and started the low-income remedial reading program in New Hampshire when she retired from teaching. When I was in school, there were no diagnoses of dyslexia, dysgraphia, attention deficit disorder, or hyperactivity. You were a good student, an average student, a poor student, problem student, and a delinquent. I was a problem student. By the end of the 6th grade, my marks were so low, my father decided to ask my Aunt Amy to tutor me in math. I can tell you that at this time, math in the lower 6th grade consisted of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. I could do all of these in my head and give the answer without having to work out the problem on paper. Since I didn't work out the problem, I often got the question wrong on a test, even though the answer was right. The teacher was sure that I had copied from another student's paper. Problem students cannot get the answer without cheating. My Aunt Amy quickly found out that I could do arithmetic without using pencil and paper, so she introduced me to math. Geometry, plain and solid, trigonometry, algebra, calculus, and the beginnings of statistics. That summer, I learned that arithmetic was a cruel hoax played upon the masses. Geometry had dimension, body, and substance. Trigonometry was a psychoactive drug, mind-bending drug. Algebra gave up a God to create new worlds defined in the equations. Statistics could warp realities. Physics is a math that deals with forces, active and reactive. Chemistry is a math that defines relationships of subatomic particles to each other. Biology is a math of living things. Architecture is trigonometry and geometry made technical. Sociology and politics are the ultimate expression of statistics. No reality need be ignored. She also taught me that you can never be bored if you have intelligence, imagination, and you can do the math.
Telegraph needles, how they sing down the highway, travel each and people who meet in this romantic setting are so mesmerized by the Lord. Summer, all the of a moonlight. I see finger waves, ski trails down on the mountainside, snow light and telegraph cables, how they sling down the highway. Travel each bend in the road. People who meet in this romantic setting are so mesmerized by the love. Pennies in a stream, falling leaves are sitting, moonlight in the you and I, moonlight in the morning. I told him I'm not Vladimir. I told him I'm not Vladimir. Yeah, that's right.
section called Mamala. And it's some practical Yiddish philosophy. As long as you're healthy. And basically what it says is a little sun, a little rain, a quiet place to rest your head. As long as you're healthy, you can be happy. A shoe, a sock, clothes without patches, in your pocket 3 or 4 coins. As long as you're healthy, you can be happy. The air is free for all as equals. The sun shines for everyone, poor or rich. A little joy, a little laughter, time to have a drink with friends. As long as you're healthy, you can be happy. This one chases the dollar. That one wants to be a hero. They want to conquer the whole world. This one thinks that happiness depends only on money. Let them all search. Let them all crawl. I'll follow my own advice. I need those things like a hole in the head. My happiness is here at home.
Schicke Sonne, Grüne Lackes, ich kenne Sterne. Microphobia. You know I have microphobia. This is a song that I heard Vance Gilbert do a performance a few years ago, and I was really taken with it because it's a story. And Jim Peel just told me this morning that it's a Garnet and Rogers song, so now I give due credit to the man who penned the song. Can you hear me okay? If you can't, that's fine too. Get closer to the mic.
Yeah, it's not on.
It's not on? Okay.
Yeah, it is. It is loud.
I have to give myself a note. In the west end of Derby lives a working man. Says, I can't fly, but me pigeons can. And when I sets them free, it's just like part of me gets lifted up on shining wing. Charlie Elton's pigeon loft is down the yard, in a rented house on the street where life is hard. Charlie had a dream in 1913. Charlie bred a pigeon that made his dreams come true. Now it was going to be a champion's race from Italy. He looked over the maps, all that land and sea. Charlie, you lose that bird, but Charlie never heard. He put it in a basket and sent it off to Rome. On the day of the big race, a storm blew in. 1,000 birds were swept away, never seen again. Charlie, we told you so. Surely now you know. When you're living in the West End, ain't many dreams come true. Yeah, I know, but I had to try. You can crawl around your whole life or learn to fly. And when you're living here, the ground seems awful near. Sometimes I need a lift to victory. Well, I was out with me mates for a pint or two when I saw a wing flash up in the blue. Charlie, it's the king of Rome. He's come back to his western home. Come on out, he's perched up on your roof. Come on down, your majesty. You'd make it back to me. Come on down, me lonely one. You made me dream come true. In the west end of Derby lives a working man. Says, I can't fly, How's that? Dude, you hit the button, it works really good. Okay. Now, Skylar's got some jokes to crack. Okay, excellent. Help. But I've got to teach a little game first. I went to an all-day games workshop yesterday. Boy, was it fun. So this is gonna help move it all warmed up. So it's a really easy game. It's called Yes, Let's. Anybody know this game? Okay, here's how it goes. I say, hey, and you all say, hey, what? And I say, let's, and I will give you some very sophisticated, very serious thing to do, like, rub your belly and pat your head. And you say, yes, let's, and you do that. And then our jokester will begin. So, hey! Let's twiddle our
what?
thumbs.
What? I missed something.
Hold on.
Why does an elephant paint its toenails red?
Why?
So it can hide in strawberry patches. Have you ever seen an elephant in a strawberry patch?
No.
That's because they live in Africa and there's no strawberry patches there.
Hey! Let's touch our shoulders.
What do you see when you throw butter out the window?
I have to do this one. I hope I remember it. I learned it from her. So I had a friend that went to the library a couple of weeks ago, was checking some books out, and a chicken walked in the library. And the chicken walked up to the desk and went, "Whoa!" So the librarian gave the chicken a book. Out the chicken went, down the stairs, across the street, down a meadow. Came back a couple hours later, plopped the book back up in the counter. So the librarian, okay, laid out 2 books. Chicken takes off again. A few hours later, chicken's back with the books. Librarian lays down 3 books. My friend is a tad curious at this point, follows the chicken out of the library, down the stairs, across the street, across the meadow, down to a little brook where there are some flat stones. And there's a frog sitting on the stones. The chicken lays out the 3 books. The frog says, read it, read it, read it. Hey! Let's get started here. Let's listen to the next joke.
Yes.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To get the Chinese newspaper. Do you get it? Neither do I. I get the local. Why did the chicken cross the playground? To get to the other slide. Why did the cow cross the street? To get to the other side.
Hey, let's groan and move on to the next act.
Here's a song recorded by Brian Adams, who's a Canadian, I believe. He sings rock and roll, more or less. And I'm going to do a slower version of the song Heaven, which I really like. And I'm going to leave the mic sort of in the general mic vicinity. Oh, thinking about our younger years, there was only you and me. We were young and wild and free. Now nothing can take you away from me. We've been down that road before, but that's over now. Keep me coming back for more. And baby, you're all that I want. When you're lying here in my arms, I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven. And love is all that I need, and I found it here in your heart. It isn't too hard to see we're in heaven. Oh, once in your life you find someone who will turn your world around, bring you up when you're feeling down. Yeah, nothing can change what you mean to me. There's lots that I could say, but just hold me now, 'cause I love what like the way. And baby, you're all that I want. When you're lying here in my arms, I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven. Love is all that I need, and I found it here in your heart. It isn't too hard to see we're in heaven. I've been waiting for so long for something to arrive, for love to come along. Now our dreams are coming true, through the good times and the bad. Yeah, I'll be standing here by you. Baby, you're all that I want. When you're lying here in my arms, I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven. Love is all that I need, and I found it here in your heart. It isn't too hard to see we're in heaven. I've been waiting for so long for something to arrive, for love to come along. Now our dreams are coming true, through the good times and the bad. Yeah, I'll be standing here by you. Oh, thinking about our younger years, there was only you and me. We were young and wild and free. Now nothing can take you away from me. Been down that road before, but that's over now. You keep me coming back for more.
We'll be doing an English country dance for you. The dance is only about 300 years old. People have been dancing this way for at least 400 years. New dances are being written right now, and the way that they're usually danced is with many more couples than two couples. The couples would be lined up in a row down the center aisle, as it would be, and the top couple would then proceed down the dance to the bottom, and the bottom to the top, and everyone would return to place and find that they had gotten nowhere but been happy in doing so. This dance was written by a man called Thomas Bray. He was also an actor, and he wrote his dances to be performed on the Restoration stage. This dance would probably end a Restoration comedy. All Restoration comedies, anyway, did not end in a marriage, they ended in a dance. And the dance would express the character of the comedy. The dance is called Rosamund's Pond. And Rosamund's Pond, at the end of the 17th century, was a great place to meet your friends and your lovers, and then walk in long paths around the pond, and then meet new friends and new lovers, and then continue around the pond. So this is the way that the dance images the work of these various meetings. And you'll see us walk and meet and walk.
Found this in my basement a couple months ago. I thought it was part of the plumbing system. Bubbles here with you.
You can change I have no idea who wrote this, but I would think I've sung it long enough that it would be in the public domain now, and I don't think that anybody would admit to writing it anyway. Neath the crust of the old apple pie, there is something for you and for I. It may be some gin that the cook has thrown in, or it might be a cute little fly. It may be a rusty old nail, or a piece of some alley cat's tail. But whatever it be, it's for you and for me, neath the crust of the old apple pie. And by special acclamation, I did have one person that mentioned it. Mrs. Murphy's chowder. Mrs. Murphy gave a party just about a week ago. Everything was plentiful, the Murphys are not slow. They treated us like gentlemen, we tried to act the same. Only for what happened, oh, it was an awful shame. When Mrs. Murphy served the chowder up, she fainted on the spot. She found a pair of overalls in the bottom of the pot. Tim Nolan, he got angry, oh, his eyes were bulging out. He jumped upon the piano and loudly he did shout. He shouted, who threw the overalls in Mrs. Murphy's chowder? Nobody spoke, so he shouted all the louder. It's an Irish trick, it's true. I can lick the mick who threw the overalls in Mrs. Murphy's chowder. Well, at that point, things began to get a little tense. In fact, they went from bad to worse. And when it was all over, it was determined that it was Mr. Murphy himself who had done some laundry the day before and had inadvertently left a pair of overalls in the bottom of the pot.
They didn't save the best to last, simply the loudest. The piece I'm going to play is another side of the Sullivan, of Gilbert and Sullivan, Sir Arthur Sullivan. And he based this on a poem, and I'm not sure if he wrote it. This is the first verse. Seated one day at the organ, I was weary and ill at ease, and my fingers wandered idly over the noisy keys. I know not what I was thinking or what I was dreaming then, but I struck one chord of music like the sound of the great Amen.